Monday, December 23rd edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your in-studio host, Julio Garcia, joining you this morning for a very festive show as we've got Christmas right around the corner, and we're going to be teaching you how to make some candy cane name cards that you can use for your next holiday party, as well as some snow globe drinking glasses, some pretzel wreaths, and then we're going to finish off today's show talking all about seasonal depression. So kick off your morning with us, grab your cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy as we kick off this Monday, December 23rd edition of Good Morning Vail.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
When it comes to buying flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to visit, Rugs Benedict. Visit our 12,000 square foot showroom to find the perfect floors for your home or business. We have hundreds of choices in stock and offer professional installation with a lifetime installation guarantee. We've been serving the Vail Valley for 50 years, and we can't wait to have our team floor you. We are conveniently located just off I-70. Stop by our showroom today.
We are back with more Good Morning Vail, and as we kick off this holiday special, we are going to go into the kitchen and check out some candy cane name tags that you can use for your next holiday party. Kim and Gretchen did this really fun party favor that you can use to label your food or maybe label your guests' names. So let's go into the kitchen and take a look.
We're in the kitchen, but for a very different reason.
We both. I'm excited.
Always having fun. As you can see, we've got an array of supplies sitting here in front of us because we are going to craft something that is dinner related.
I'm very excited.
But it's much more festive and holiday. So, Gretchen, what are we making here?
I'm very excited about this moment because as you can see, it is all holiday colors. Oh, and I got my nails done, so there we go. We are making the placement cards. It's for a dinner party. So it's a candy cane name placement card, and it is so easy to do. And how neat does this look at the end? I'm very impressed.
Absolutely. It's so simple, and you can honestly make this with any sort of crafts that you might have at home, or if you really want to go a little above and beyond, which is what we're doing, we went and bought some of the supplies for it. But all you need are candy canes, glue, a cardstock, whatever you want, really, and then just a Sharpie or something else to like write your name on it. Well, super simple.
And I was going to say, so many people often say that they have candy canes don't really have a shelf life per se.
Yeah.
So at home they'll have extra candy canes. Like last night when we were talking about doing this, I'm like, oh, I have ton,
Yeah.
So you have that already at home. I'm sure you have Sharpies and, like you said, stickers, and then all you really need is the glue. And it's fun to do.
It's really simple. You don't need a whole lot. So we actually have 3 different colors here. So we're going to have some fun with it.
Yes.
If we were having a dinner party, we'll say for a party of 8, we have a variety of colors, and we've got a fun winter green.
I love it.
I guess you could say Christmas green. And then if you're going for more of a winter theme,
Yes.
we've got this like off-white bluish color.
I love that for like snowflake.
Exactly.
Snow vibe.
And then also your classic red.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Cool.
Now, Gretchen, do you want to be on candy cane duty or do you want to be on cutting duty?
I will be on candy cane duty.
Okay,
I'm all about the
awesome.
candy canes.
All about the candy canes. So what you want to do with this is you want to take 3 candy canes. So, you can mix and
I
match.
love the green.
We did a classic color. She'll get that box open for you.
Yes.
But also, you basically want to then take your place cards, depending on what the cards look like. Right here, I just kind of folded it in thirds. So I think we're going with the green. I feel like we're going to use this fun off-white bluish color.
Love that.
So since it's a full piece of paper, what I'm going to do is actually fold it into thirds. So you're just going to make sure that everything is lined up.
And by the way, Kim, green candy canes, is this a new movement, a new moment, and a new movement?
These are chocolate mint.
I love this.
As we've been talking about this whole entire holiday season, I'm a big fan of the peppermint. So
Yes,
the
me as well.
peppermint chocolate combo. At some point.
I love that we're like little kids. We're very excited about the colors, the glitter, the mint, all of it.
Absolutely. So we're going to move some of this out of the way just so we can kind of show you what we're doing here. But we folded it into thirds, and that just makes it easier to make your cuts a little bit more even. And what you can do here, so we're going to keep it folded into thirds, and then we're just going to take scissors, regular scissors if you want to, which everybody should have a pair on hand. And you can just cut this. Again, if you wanted to fold it and make it perfect, you can cut it along here. And you can cut that also into thirds, which are kind of even, but that's okay if they're not because we're going to do something fun with it.
They have character.
They do have character. So we cut these first pieces into thirds, and I don't know if you know this trick, but here's a good way to get a nice, easy line. You're
I remember that from elementary school. That's awesome.
You're going to keep folding it over and then just make it a nice, tight line just like that. And we're just going to rip it.
Awesome.
Super simple, easy piece of cake.
Love
Now,
this.
what's great, we have another fun set of scissors. So are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm so
These
prepared.
scissors have these fun little edging. It's an edging scissor, and it's usually made for scrapbooking. So if you're like at Walmart or a Joann's Fabrics or something like that.
It's wild how good it makes it look. I mean, honestly, we were talking a little bit earlier. I'm like, I should have made my own Christmas cards this year. This is really easy.
It is.
And it looks great.
Best, right? So we're just sitting there, just cutting it. And if you wanted, we have 2 pairs here. So if Gretchen wants to do her own.
I'm just holding the candy canes.
She is ready to go. And we'll show you kind of what we're going to do next with the candy canes.
Awesome.
So we are cutting these. So if you look, it's got that nice finished edge. And if you're really OCD and perfect about lining up your edges, which in the essence of time, I am not right now, you can just keep cutting it and lining everything up, right? So it gives it this nice, pretty, finished edge.
It's beautiful.
The best.
It's really easy, too. And we were saying, too, it's fun because this is something you can do with your friends. Children can get involved.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the next piece of it is decorating your place cards.
So fun.
I say the next piece. It really doesn't matter what order you're doing it in. We have fun colors here. We've got gold, black, because, black is classic, and then silver. And you can kind of just decorate as you'd like. We have some fun gold stickers here as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into making the candy cane stand.
Perfect.
Now, you're probably going, okay, these look really tall, so what do we do? You know, you take a candy cane, doesn't matter what size, but you want to make sure that it's not sticking up too tall, because if you're sitting across from a guest, you don't want a place card to be sticking up in your
that's something
face.
to know too, because dependent on your kind of what it looks like, the ambiance around you, you could have it taller if you have higher seats, but I think for this, we'll go shorter.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you just break it where you want to. You know,
Oh,
I
there we
like
go.
to kind of break it, and you can stick them next to each other and
Let's
see
see.
what that looks like.
Oh, hey.
Yep, so it's not
Good.
perfect. It's like, you know, kind of like a candelabra.
I love that.
I would call it. And the next step will be to glue them together. So we actually have a hot glue gun here.
Yes.
Yep,
we do.
and we're going to show you how to do that. So Gretchen and I were practicing earlier. I think we're experts.
Yes.
Do you want to man the glue gun?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we start about here.
Yep. We might need to add
There we go. Ooh.
and just do a line. There we go, just like that. And it's okay if it's kind of broken.
There we go.
Because you're actually going to stick the next candy cane right next to it, right? And
Perfect.
so we're sticking it just like that. One of them will be the back, and then the other two candy canes will be on the side. So I think we need to add another glue stick to the glue gun. And you know, that's the beauty of a glue gun, right? You just kind of keep adding the glue to it, and it just keeps flowing forever. You
One
never-
thing we were talking about too, if you do have children helping you, we were a little concerned because obviously hot glue can be dangerous, but it cools really quickly. So, but I would have an adult do this part, or at least oversee it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Don't try this at home, kids, without an adult.
Without adult
or
supervision.
disclaimer. Yes.
So then we're going to stick that right on top of it.
Cool.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Looks
Oh, I
great.
love it.
Looks great to me. You want to let it dry and kind of just hold it together just for a couple seconds, just like that. And there's our stand, right? So super simple, looking
so cute.
great.
I love it.
Now, best part is to decorate it a little bit. We've got some fun stars here, as you can see.
You can glitter if you want.
You can add glitter. It's really up to you. You know, if you want these to be a little more professional looking, I'd say minimal is better. But if you want it to be fun and festive, you know, or shown that it's made with love from home, you can just kind of add a few stars to it. I'm going to add some stars to mine. Gretchen did a lovely signature there.
Thank you,
You know, I'm
Kim.
going with the gold stars. I'm going to add, you know, you can just do really whatever you want to. Just a fun little design there.
Well, and I like this too because you could even have the people coming over decorate their own name card to give it kind of that unique vibe where they feel like they're getting included too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. And there we
I
go.
love that.
Cute little name card. Super simple.
I love it.
Just place it right in the middle there.
Here, we'll put
And then
that.
we'll put Gretchen's on the other one.
I
And it just
love
makes
it.
a really fun little table display.
I want to see how many people in Vail are going to be doing this year.
Let me just rotate it. There we
Yep.
go. You want to
There we
make
go.
sure that you
In the middle.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Right smack
Yep.
in the middle, and it just keeps
I
your
love
name
it.
card right there. And it's just a fun added touch to your dinner
So
table.
cute.
And
Look how cute those are.
they look so Kim and Gretchen. Check that out.
We're ready for a dinner party.
We are ready, and you know what I love about the way that we decorated? We each put stars in opposite corners.
Oh, that's so funny. Girl.
We are like
I love it.
twins on a Wednesday. It's
we
so much
really
fun.
are. Well, and what a fun, like we genuinely have had a fun time doing this. So it just shows you, sometimes I think people get kind of stressed out about holidays. Crafting can be fun. And this is something fun to do with a friend to
It
get
is.
ready for a dinner party. So
It is, and the best part when you're done with them, you can like stir them in like hot cocoa
Yes.
after dinner, or take them home,
I have been
or
all about
after
that.
dinner breath mint. You never know, you might need it.
I love this. It you know, it's you can do a lot with it, but I do like the idea of the hot cocoa and stirring it in. It's kind of, it could be a stir as well.
It
which
really
is pretty
can be.
neat.
And you know, you can mix it up with a bunch of different colors. You can keep it uniform. And I
Yeah.
think that's the cool part. You mentioned you've never seen the
No,
mint M&M
yes.
greens. You can just get all of the rainbow colors.
That's
and
what-
it can
yes.
be not just a classic peppermint theme, but it can be a theme.
I
of
love
all
that
kinds
too
of
because they
fun.
have bubble gum. They have, I mean, yes, it's, but yeah.
It's
The
a great-
possibilities are endless.
The
really.
possibilities are endless. You can change the shape of your name cards. It's just a
I
fun
love
one.
it. I think
So,
it's really, really
cheers,
cute.
Gretchen.
Cheers. I
You've got
love
mine,
it.
I've got
Oh,
yours.
Hey, cheers.
Cute little dinner name cards. We'll be back right after this.
Good morning, Vail.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
When it comes to real estate, timing is everything. Whether you're looking for a new home in the Vail Valley or selling your current residence, you need agents you can trust. You need a team with a wealth of knowledge on the local community, current market trends, and the entire buying and selling process. You need the expertise of Kathy Cole and Christy Long with Coldwell Banker Mountain Properties. Contact them today to discuss your real estate needs. Are you suffering from altitude sickness, a hangover, or just need to boost your overall wellness? Vail IV Wellness and Recovery is here for you, providing mobile IV therapy in the Vail Valley and its surrounding areas. Treatments are administered by registered nurses under physician direction in the privacy of your own home, office, or hotel room. We offer IV, vitamin shots, supplemental oxygen, and more. Each treatment is specifically designed to meet your individual needs. Go to vailivtherapy.com for more information and to schedule your treatment.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Good Morning Vail this morning. If you are looking for your next drink idea for the holidays, Kim and Ben are in the kitchen showing us how to prepare some very fun snow globe drinking glasses. Let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We are back in the kitchen, but this time we're making a much easier craft. I guess you could call it a craft or something to really refresh.
It looks
Your
very
taste bud.
refreshing already. I
Well,
mean, I don't.
water, hydration.
Yeah, exactly. Water. We've got a couple good colors going on already.
Absolutely. So, Ben, I'm so excited about this one because we're making the viral TikTok trend, the snow globe cocktail glass.
Okay,
And
well,
what does that mean?
I haven't seen this at all,
Oh,
so
wow.
I am coming in completely in the dark.
Completely blind. Well, I love it. So the things that you're going to need are water. We have some in a nice carafe here, but 2 clear glasses, or you can do more, but we're starting with 2 since there are 2 of us here.
Makes sense.
You need clear glasses. Straws are good to have, and some tape because there is a little bit of construction happening. Plus, any sort of string. I'm just using simple sewing thread because it's what I had on hand.
Makes it easy.
And we'll make it super simple. And now the best part is these look like snow globes because it looks like you have a mini Christmas tree inside of the glass.
Okay,
So
I'm excited.
How do we find a Christmas tree and to put it inside of a glass? Well, the best part is taking some rosemary to do that. Now, I love at using the rosemary as my base, but then you can really craft your winter wonderland in the glass. So we'll go ahead and get started, actually. I'm going to move this water carafe over here so you can see what we're doing. But I just got regular rosemary at the store. You can get whatever you want to. This is washed and rinsed,
Okay.
so everything is clean. I did that ahead of time. But then you look, you've got a big piece of rosemary here, right? So what we're going to do is basically put it in the glass, but you want to make sure that it has a flat bottom and then also looks like a Christmas tree.
Makes
so
sense.
What I typically would do is I'll measure it here. You just kind of measure it up against the glass. So you want it a little bit shorter than the glass because when you're sipping it, you don't want to get stuck in the nose.
Yeah.
With a sprig of rosemary, as delicious as it smells. So if you just take a whiff, it just has that refreshing, evergreen scent to it.
Easily one of my favorite herbs is
Absolutely.
rosemary.
It's mine too. It really is versatile. So I actually am going to take the scissors here and I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to
Okay.
trim it so the bottom is nice and flat. So you just want to just take it like that so you can see the bottom is flat there. Oh, as I throw rosemary off of it. But I'm going to give this to you and you kind of
All
decide
right.
what height you think is appropriate for the glass.
Ooh, I think we might just need to trim it just a little bit lower.
So you can trim it from the bottom, you can trim it from the top. It really doesn't matter.
Makes
but you
sense.
want to just a little bit below the rim
And
of the
maybe
glass.
just leaving just a little bit of a stem up top. can
You
help it
actually
look
don't.
a-
You don't need the stem.
Okay.
Yeah. So and there's a trick to that, and I'll show you why. You want to make sure though that when you're cutting it, Here we go. Kitchen scissors.
Awesome.
They're strong.
Yeah, kitchen scissors.
Yep, you want to basically just kind of make sure that it matches the bottom of the glass. So I'd say we trim it probably about, I'd say right about here, here
Right
and
about
there.
there?
Yeah. Oh, you're going from bottom up. I'm
I
going
was
from
thinking
top
from
down.
bottom up. Let's go right there.
Right, so that's the next perfect spot. So we'll basically take the next one and match that so that we've got two glasses. If you're lucky, they'll stand by themselves, but most of the time they probably won't. So we've got some trick, hence the construction and the crafting. So I'm just gonna look at that. That looks good to me, right? So one of the things to really, this is the fun part, I like to actually take the rosemary and, kind of spread it out.
Fluff it up just a
Fluff
little
it up
bit.
a little bit because we need it to look like a Christmas tree, right? Or an evergreen, since you can do this all winter long. You don't have to do it just for Christmas. So you pop it in the middle. Looks great, right? Probably not going to stand up on its own. So here is where the trick comes in. You can take any sort of string. I'm using just simple sewing thread. I'm just going to take a nice little piece of it. You want to grab those scissors.
Gotcha.
And you can keep this piece of string, and then I'll keep the next piece of string, and here's where the construction and the crafting begins. If I can get this out here. Here we go.
Think I see where this is going. Maybe.
It's pretty intuitive once you kind of get started. I've seen people use it with tape, but I would prefer this. So you're going to take your little rosemary tree.
Gotcha.
And you're going to you don't have to tie it onto the tree itself, but you want to take that string and you're just going to lift it up and put it under the first two branches or the top of your Christmas tree.
Okay.
Just like that, so that it's kind of like an ornament, right?
Whoop. Gotcha.
You might have to have nimble fingers if you're using thin thread. But we've got that just like that. Then you're going to take your straw. This is the best part. So you're going to tie it loosely around the straw. So you don't actually have to tie it a ton. But before we do that, so we're kind of crafting. You don't even have to make it into a bow or a knot. That's the best part. So
okay.
Just like that. Looks
all
great.
Right.
But
awesome.
Before we do that, we're going to pour some water in. You can use up to your discretion how much water you want to do. I like to do like the bottom third of the glass.
Okay.
Just about like that. And now this is where you can really get unique with it. You can throw in, you've probably seen like the edible glitter. You can put the edible glitter into the beverage afterwards. But what I like to do is throw in some cranberries just to give it that nice like holiday flavor.
I gotta say, cranberries are one of my favorite things in the holidays. It's such a tasty little treat. And
tasty treat. They're great for garnishes. They add some really incredible color with the variety.
Exactly.
Different shades of red that you've got there. Some even look
But just something about them feels not quite right when you're eating them in the summer.
I'm a fan of cranberry juice anytime, but a cranberry relish, anything.
Yeah.
It's not just Thanksgiving in my opinion. So we're just gonna put it in here, and I like to put it also kind of covers the full surface, but you can
Gotcha.
go less cranberries than you want to. So we've got our little tree straw contraptions, right? So this is the part where you may need a partner to help out. So Ben, if you wouldn't mind holding the straw.
I can hold the straw for you.
You hold the straw. And then I am going to do you don't even have to knot it because at the end of the day, you're pulling these two things off of the tree. So we just have it just like that, as you can see. It's just hanging on there, and you're just gonna place it into the water, right into the center. And I can help you with that side.
All right.
I'll hold the straw, you do the tie.
If I can.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I mean, your comments about nimble fingers. I might not have the nimblest of fingers today.
I'm happy to do that if you need me to. I'm all about the details. And it doesn't have to be a knot. You just need to tie it a little bit because at the end of the day, it's going to come off.
Just enough so it stays standing, right?
Just enough to keep it, that's...
Nope.
Anyways, we're going to move on. As you can see, this is what it would look like. So then what you want to do is you want to put it onto a flat surface like a baking tray or whatever. Okay. And I'm going to show you what I've actually already prepared ahead of time. So in our handy dandy freezer here, we've got 2 crafted. And I just put it in a simple Tupperware just like this, but I kept it flat. So you pull them out. There we go. I taped it down. So for this one, you can tape it if you want to. It just keeps it centered as you put it into your freezer because who knows, you might be grabbing things out of there for meals later. You just take the tape off. You can just pull that string right out there just like that.
Look at that.
Look at that gorgeous little snow globe. Now we're going to add some refreshing Sprite. We're going to go with the Sprite here. Or, I don't know if you want to try the Sprite, or do you like sparkling water?
I'll go with some sparkling water.
All right. We've got cran raspberry here to keep it with the flavor.
I mean, that totally fits.
It totally fits. So we'll go ahead and do that. As you can see, you kind of let it warm up to room temperature so you don't have that fog on your glass.
But this would also be a great option for if you're hosting guests or something like that, to really kind of, serve those dinner cocktails with an extra bit of, pizzazz.
Personal favorite, if you're an adult and you're throwing a holiday party, I would recommend a gin and tonic, because the floralness of the gin would be really great with the rosemary. But then
Makes sense.
We're on a morning show and we've got delicious cran raspberry sparkling water. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy holidays. I'm loving all of these
Happy
fun
holidays. I'm excited. Well, thank you. This looks amazing.
Good morning, Vail.
There's no better place to celebrate this season than with holidays around the world at the Sebastian Vail. From December 14th through January 1st, embark on a festive journey that captures the essence of global holiday traditions from the United States, Mexico, Italy, Brazil, and the United Kingdom. Delight in cultural live music, savor international cuisine, create festive crafts, and much more. Plus, no holiday season would be complete without the Sebastian Signature Hot Cocoa. Book your adventure now at thesebastianvail.com.
Experience the difference at Mountain Market and Supply. We source organic and local produce, honey, good food, and gifts from small businesses right here in Colorado and beyond. Located at 201 Broadway Street in Eagle, shop in-store Tuesday through Friday from 12 to 6 p.m., Saturday 11 to 4 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 3 p.m. Support our community by shopping local. We can't wait to see you at Mountain Market and Supply.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, everyone, from Santa and TV8. You know there's more for you on Channel 92. Have a great time here in Vail, Colorado. Ho, 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 ho. Big snow. Happy holidays.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Indulge in the bold flavors of Makoto at Grand Hyatt Vail. Make your reservations today.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
It's time for Lens of the Day, sponsored by Eyepieces of Vail. Eyepieces of Vail has locations in Basalt, Snowmass, Vail, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, and Edwards for all of your eyewear, and in this case, helmet needs. Today we're going to talk about the Smith Nexus. Now, there's been a lot of new technology that has taken place in some of these helmets. This is no exception to that. The helmet has 22 different vents, so it offers, a lot of comfort, whether the temperature you're skiing in is cold or a little bit warmer. So all throughout the season, this helmet is a perfect option for you. It's also got MIPS, which most helmets now are getting the MIPS, that multi-impact protection that allows you the mobility of the helmet, so when you hit or take a direct impact, it inflects it around so you don't feel a direct force. A new technology that's built into this helmet is Choroid. Now, Choroid is a series of tubes that also impact direct forces. So that allows the injury not to be sustained to the person wearing it, but to be impacted throughout the helmet. You'll see some of the impact joints right here, similar to what you see on some of the new NFL helmets, to where it takes that force off of who is going to receive it and disperses it throughout the helmet. What a great product this is, and it's so durable. This is something that is going to last season after season. So Smith has great technology. The Choroid is something new that they're building in the helmets. You partner these with some Smith goggles, and you've got the best technology to allow for a very safe and enjoyable day on the mountain, whether you're snowboarding or skiing. It's going to offer everything that you want. Eyepieces of Vail, great partner here at TV8 and Good Morning Vail. Make sure you visit one of their local areas, whether you're in Basalt, Snowmass, Vail, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, or here in Edwards.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, I don't know about you all, but I love a good holiday treat, something that's sweet and savory and that's got a perfect combination of both. Well, Kim and I had the opportunity to get in the kitchen and make some delicious pretzel wreaths using some pretzels, white chocolate melts, and some very fun decorations. Let's go take a look.
Now, welcome back to the show. I am honored and so excited because I have Julio from Conexión Latina joining me here today. And I know you are always in the kitchen on your show, so it's so fun to have you in the kitchen on mine.
Well, thank you for the invite, Kim. Yeah, I'm always doing stuff for our Spanish show, Conexión Latina, so you're just giving me ideas to bounce off of. So for everyone watching who watches Conexión Latina, who knows, maybe you'll see some of this on Conexión Latina as well.
It's a fun holiday festive time, and sharing is caring. So
sharing is caring.
We are here, and we're going to make some delicious candied pretzel wreaths.
Love it.
So you're probably going, what in the world does that even mean? Well, it's super simple. It only involves a couple of ingredients.
Yes.
We have chocolate candy wafers. Or not chocolate, but just candy wafers, period. Then we've got Twizzlers, pull-apart Twizzlers.
Yep.
So you want to make sure that you have the pull and peel red vines or licorice sticks, whatever it is, because that gives it, you'll see what we're going to be doing with it. Plus sprinkles and pretzels. So super simple. This takes 2 layers of pretzels to make. But we're basically taking the pretzel and you're dipping it into your melted candy wafer. We've got green here because
love it.
Christmas
we're doing
wreath,
Christmas wreaths,
yeah. So what we're going to do is you're basically, and we can each start making one
I'll kind of get this out of the way as well.
But you need about 6 pretzels make 1 ring.
Yes.
So you just take the bottom of your pretzel, you dip it in that candy, that chocolate candy, just like that. And this is a fun activity to do if you've got family, friends, kids.
Yeah, doing a kid, especially they're going to be on break here soon. So if we're looking for activities to do at home with the kids,
you just want to.
It seems like
you just place it right.
So
there.
we just kind of dip it halfway.
Dip it halfway, just on that bottom layer. You can dip the bottom one a little bit more than halfway, just so that it shows, because you're going to be sticking a second layer on top of it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you're just going to dip it just like that.
I'm going to try one.
Nice and simple. And right next to each other, because we're making a circle out of them. Yeah, so pretty simple, right? You just kind of toss it one
and pretty
side.
straightforward.
Straightforward. And now we're working with candied chocolate, so we've got 3 so far. Yeah,
There's
so
the 4th.
looking good. As you can see, the circle is starting to be made. We're just going to keep grabbing it. So the fun part about this is you've got to let it set, but once it's set, it makes this really fun
Super
candy
cute,
wreath.
yeah.
And you can really do it in any kind of variation that you want to. Because not all Christmas wreaths are green.
Yeah, it's just different colors, different.
Any sort of candy melt
different
that you
candies,
want to do.
exactly, yeah.
You can do a white chocolate. We like to use the white chocolate on the show often.
Let me
All right.
dip some of that off.
Yeah, you want to just shake that off there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So then I'll kind of
You just squeeze them all together.
squeeze them together, and once they're set, I feel like that's going to be stuck on there.
Yeah,
they're going to be glued on there.
That's the bottom one. So then the top layer, just about the same, except here's the difference. You're going to offset it from the bottom one. So I made that nice and dipped in there, and you're just going to put it on top, just like that, in between. So you can kind of see it's a nice little layer.
Yeah.
Gives added depth and dimension.
It's coming together. And
It really is.
of course, I'm wearing a white shirt when we're doing this, so I'm hoping I won't get any stains on my shirt.
You know, candy melts, they should wash out pretty good. Let it dry, you just get a little goo gone, it'll come right out. But it is a little bit of a messier one, so if you have children, you know, you want to make sure that you cover all surfaces. But the candy melt is a little bit on the hot side, so you just want to be safe. But what I did to melt these, and this is the easiest and the best part, is you literally put the candies in a bowl, and you just melt them. They're like little round wafers, so almost like a small poker chip. And you're just going to melt them into the microwave.
Roll them in the microwave.
30-second increments. So melt it, 30 seconds, stir it up, melt it again, stir it up, and you just continue that process until it's the desired consistency that you want it to be.
Perfect. Yeah, and I love it. Super easy to work with.
It really is.
Just dropped one in there.
He dropped one in there, so we'll go ahead and add mine to it to make it easier. There we go. So as you can see there, so this top layer is a little smaller, so you're just going to push it right in there. Now here's the fun part.
Is this where these come in?
The sprinkles. So you can sprinkle it, and I'll make the bow if you want to. So the bow, you're going to take your pull-apart licorice.
Yes.
And we pulled it apart already. You can simply just rip it in half. Got chocolate melts all over my fingers, but that's okay. You're going to rip it in half there, and then you're just going to twist it into a little bow, and it almost looks like a pretzel or a bow here. And then you just push your little fingers down on it so it sticks together.
Perfect.
And there is our bow. So we'll pop it on here. So if you just want
to... So sprinkles first?
The sprinkles first, just wherever you think it looks good, and then I'll stick the bow where you feel like.
And these are super festive too. I love it.
Festive and fun colors. Yeah, looks great to me.
That looks good?
Yeah, and then you're just going to take this bow and you're going to stick it.
Pop it on there.
Right.
I love how the licorice just kind of sticks to itself. Well, it should.
It does. I didn't press it down hard enough.
I kind of want to try one myself. Yeah, so you just kind of loop it around.
Just loop it around just like that. And you just pinch it in the middle. And you can also take some of the candy melt. Let's say we were using like a toothpick or something. And you put it on the back side as like a tack or a glue.
Yes.
How's it coming?
I think.
Got it?
I think so.
Just like that. Perfect.
Looks okay.
And then you just put it on wherever you want to put the wreath on it.
We'll just kind of put it on there.
Just stick it on, and you just press it down. Make sure that it stays, and then you just let these sit at room temperature for.
Okay, yeah, let the candy melt set.
Let the candy melt set. I'd say if I were you, I'd let it sit out at room temperature for maybe an hour, and then if you really want to make sure that it's good and solid, pop them in the fridge, and then it makes this gorgeous little Christmas wreath that's fun to give out as gifts or whatever you need to.
I love it.
But that is it.
Nice little holiday treat.
Nice little holiday treat. Super simple, lots of fun. 4 ingredients. You need green candy melts, pretzels, licorice twists, and sprinkles, and that is it.
There you have it.
Super simple. Well, stay tuned. We have a bit more here on the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And on that very first chair, 2 very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, N-A-T-E, D-O-G-G-G-G.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Ice Castles is an awe-inspiring, must-see winter phenomenon that brings fairy tales to life. Squeal with delight as you race down one of the exhilarating ice slides, explore ice caverns, and get lost in a frozen maze. Squeeze through the incredible crawl tunnels and discover elaborate ice sculptures hand-carved by local and international artists. Experience Ice Castles in Eagle. Visit icecastles.com for more information and to purchase your tickets. Searching for Colorado homes, chalets, or condos? Owning real estate at a world-class ski resort is a dream for many. Waking up in the morning and catching first tracks from your private home is a one-of-a-kind experience. When one of the world's most admired companies puts its name on a real estate sign, that's a sign buyers and sellers want to see. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is built for a new era in residential real estate. Your forever real estate agent is there in every step of the process. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Colorado Properties. For you, for life.
Good morning, Vail.
Since we're doing everything this morning to celebrate time with the family, Ben has a tradition that his mom passed down, which is making cocoa, and it's absolutely delicious. So let's step into the kitchen with Ben.
Today I was going to talk a little bit about seasonal depression, and the reason I think it's very timely to begin talking about this is we're starting to see people, being a little bit more down and more blue around this time of the year. The seasons have changed, the days are getting shorter and shorter, and those are usually precipitants to developing a seasonal depression if you're predisposed to it at this time. Usually most people will experience depression or seasonal depression in primarily, January, February, March. But I see, at least up here in Park City, earlier and earlier, because we tend to have a pretty short fall and earlier winter than most parts of the country. And so people are already starting to say, I'm starting to kind of notice that I'm more down or blue, or I'm starting to kind of lose my energy and motivation. And so I just like to highlight seasonal depression as a true form of depression. It's not something that simply is going to be kind of mild and you can work through it. For some people, it's actually we need to kind of intervene and get some treatment started for them. Some of the warning signs for depression typically include, or they start with kind of lower moods. You'll notice lower energy, maybe struggles to focus, concentrate, maybe organize or plan things. Other things to think about, low motivation or just not wanting to get out and hang out with family or exercise or do the things that you used to typically enjoy. The other things to worry about is appetite. And I know, like for myself, around this time of year, I start craving kind of some of those more comfort homemade foods like pot roast and pot pies and things like that. And so usually, those are carbohydrate cravings, and that's something that we'll start seeing more often with people who are starting to struggle with some kind of maybe some seasonal blues or seasonal depression. I like to make sure people take those seasonal depression very seriously because it can lead to serious complications similar to any other kind of major depressive event. And that can include things like struggles to go to work or failure to be able to even go to school or even increased suicidal thoughts and those types of things. So the etiology of seasonal depression is not entirely known, but there's a lot of different theories out there. One of them being it's just related to the shortening of the days with less sunlight exposure. There's also, potential disruptions to the circadian rhythms, our natural sleep-wake cycle, where we're trying to get up and it's still dark outside. That's pretty hard on the system. And then we're staying, awake past, the time where it's dark. When we get home, it's already dark at 5, 6 o'clock, and we're supposed to stay up for another couple hours. And that's just really kind of hard on the system overall. The other theories that are out there are related to low vitamin D levels and just changes in our general routines, such as exercise and diet. And last but not least, the impact of holiday stress and how that plays a role in whether or not we start developing some depression, towards the end of fall and early winter months. The nice thing, though, about seasonal depression is there's some really interesting ways to go about treating it that are outside of our standard toolbox, at least from a psychiatrist standpoint. And I really love the idea of two different types of novel treatments. One is a light box therapy or light box treatment. The other one is called a dawn simulator, and they work a little bit differently. The dawn simulator actually will mimic dawn, even though it's dark outside. It'll slowly brighten up your room to full brightness right around the time that you want to get up. And this kind of helps ease us into waking up in the morning, which is really nice on our melatonin and our circadian rhythm production. In addition, the other type of treatment that I'll typically recommend would be something like a light box. And you can get these anywhere, and they're relatively inexpensive, but they can be extraordinarily beneficial. And basically they look a bit just like a box, and you want to sit fairly close to them. And you want to get a box that has about 10,000 lux of bright white light. And basically you get ready in the morning and just make sure the light is very close to your eye. You don't want to look into it, but you want it to be close enough where it's shining into your retina. And that kind of mimics the bright lights of the sun that we're looking for. And sometimes people will find the light box in and of itself useful. And some people like the dawn simulator. And the research is very conflicting on which one is better, but I think everybody is different. And so I will say, well, let's try one. If that works for you, great. If not, let's try the other. And there's other times though where you can actually do both. You can start off with the dawn simulator, wake up, and then go ahead and sit in front of your bright light for 20 to 30 minutes while you're getting ready. Some people find that having just to sit with the light is inconvenient. They like the fact that they're sleeping half the time when the dawn stimulators are on, so they don't have to do any work after that. But I usually tell people, find what works for you and start slowly, specifically with the bright white lights. You want to start maybe around 15 minutes a day and kind of slowly increase it to maybe 30 minutes. And even though it seems harmless, it is bright white light, and you do want to make sure you're talking to somebody, letting your psychiatrist know, therapist know, primary care doctor know, because there is some people are increased risk for maybe developing a little bit of irritability. So you want to be careful about it. It is powerful medicine, even though it's light therapy. So make sure you're letting other people know, your healthcare professionals know, that that's kind of the treatment that you're pursuing or engaging in to help treat some of your seasonal depression. So that's usually where I start when I see people who are kind of having a lot of seasonal issues. Some other things that I'll think about is vitamin D supplements. And you'll be surprised, even up here in Park City where we get tons of sunlight during the summer months, I still find people have very low vitamin D levels. And I'm not sure why, because they really shouldn't up here. But I think, we do put on a lot of sunscreen to protect our skin, which I think is important. But we also have to make sure we're getting enough vitamin D. And oftentimes I'll recommend a vitamin D supplement, particularly in the winter months, for just about everybody. But anybody who has any kind of seasonal depression, I start them on a vitamin D supplement usually around August, September, October. So those are the two main things I'll start considering for people with seasonal depression. If it starts to be kind of more mild or moderate and starts trending towards more severe, we might start thinking about some additional supplements, St. John's wort, SAMe, and even rhodiola. And I really like rhodiola around this time of year because it gives you a little bit of an energy boost, which we all kind of need a little energy when it's really dark outside for more than we'd like. So those are the main supplements I might consider. The other one would be something like melatonin, particularly if people are struggling with sleep. And there's two different ways to use melatonin. The first is kind of like we use any kind of sleep medication, is maybe a 3 to 5 milligrams, 30 to 60 minutes before we want to go to bed. But there's another way to use melatonin that helps mimic more of our circadian rhythms. And you want to take what we call a sub-therapeutic dose or a micro dose, even like a 0.5 milligrams or a milligram. And you can actually take that much earlier in the evening so that it mimics the natural pulse of melatonin. Because we have melatonin in our bodies, and its job is to pulse, towards when we're trying to settle in for the evening, so shortly after dinner. And it's supposed to just help us bring more calm and relaxation and help us prepare for sleep. So those are the two different ways that you can actually use melatonin. Some people like to do both because it really helps them set the stage for just relaxation, but then also helping them to actually get to sleep if they're still struggling. Then lastly, one of the things that we sometimes will consider is an actual medication to help treat depression. We use the standard antidepressants just like any other depressive disorder. The nice thing about it is for seasonal depression, you only have to usually treat individuals for maybe 6 to 8 months out of the year, and there's other times where you can get them off of the medication. So if I know somebody already ahead of time has seasonal depression and it gets really bad, I might start an antidepressant on them sometime in September or October. And then usually by March, we can start kind of tapering it off so they don't necessarily need it year round. Some people do, but I find that if you don't need it during those particular months, there's no reason to necessarily take it. So people always ask me, so who's at risk for developing seasonal depression? And we really don't quite know, but what I usually tell people is, make sure you're watching your kids and teens and college-age students, because they're going through a lot of change during the holiday seasons in the fall, a lot of breaks, a lot of final exams, good stress from the holidays, but even good stress is, our bodies don't know the difference. It's stress is stress. And so even though they're very excited about certain things, that is an additional stress for them. So I would just keep an eye on that. If you find they're more irritable, in the fall, if you find they don't want to hang out with their friends as much, they're like less social, or they're eating more, eating less, or struggling more with sleep, you might want to just, check in with them to see how they're doing. I think another group that's kind of higher risk are those individuals who don't have a lot of family support, especially around the holidays. And loneliness, isolation can definitely increase people's risk for just kind of feeling low anyway. And then you tack on the lack of sunlight and the change in circadian rhythms and maybe low vitamin D, and you're kind of setting yourself for maybe some seasonal depressive issues as well. And I also want to say people who are at risk, or also anybody who kind of starts to change their regular routines. I think we're all used to being outside a lot in the summer, we're hanging out with friends, and then all of a sudden fall, winter hits, and we're hibernating, and we don't want to go out, and we stop exercising, and we start turning to maybe not the best food, and we're carbo loading all the time, or we're stressed because we're planning, all these great family, whether family vacations or trips or holidays, and it can all kind of add up. And so if you find you're continuously stressed or feeling down around certain times of the month, maybe it's not necessarily seasonal depression, but maybe it's just the added stress and burden of that can happen for people during the holiday season. And this type of the holiday season, and in combination with just lack of reduced sunlight and inavailability to kind of go outside and socialize like we used to. If you're really struggling, you're really hard to get out of bed, you're missing out on more than an hour or so of sleep. Obviously, if you're having suicidal thoughts, or just thoughts of just not wanting to be alive anymore, or just not finding any joy in life, or joy in things that you used to, then those are signs you really want to reach out to a mental health professional and see what you can do, and maybe start thinking about some of these solutions that we've discussed.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover hidden treasures at our high-end consignment store, The Aspenite, located in the heart of Glenwood Springs. We're your go-to destination for luxury finds and unique treasures, from elegant fur coats and designer handbags to locally crafted handmade candles. Our collection is curated with style and quality in mind. We believe in giving a second home to exceptional clothing, shoes, and accessories, keeping sustainability and sophistication at the forefront. Open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Sunday. We invite you to explore our one-of-a-kind selection. Got a high-end handbag, fur coat, or other luxury item to consign? Bring them to us. We'd love to help you share their story. Stop by today and experience the charm of high-end consignment at The Aspenite.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at NantucketRopeBracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
Time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for your Monday, December 23rd edition of Good Morning Vail. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this very festive show as you get ready for the holidays. Get on out there, enjoy, be safe, and tune in back here tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail at 8 a.m. as we continue to prepare for the holidays. I'm your in-studio host, Julio Garcia. Thank you so much once again for joining us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss